talk about Avery Johnson. We got two more players to talk about. Two more players. Stay with us. Avery Johnson, Kansas State. You saw him play in the legendary Pop-Tart Bowl. All right. You saw him play a couple different times this season when Will Howard got hurt. And you saw him just play in different packages. Like, this guy is the real deal. This guy is the real deal. He's an incredible athlete. He's a competitor. He's got a pretty good arm. Dude, he's a winner. He's a winner. That's what this kind of guys that Chris Kleiman just loves. This dude's a winner. This dude is a winner. Did I say that this guy's a winner? He's a winner. I like him a lot. What do you have to say about him?
They did a really good job of putting him in positions to succeed, not rushing him right away. You knew you had a guy like Will Howard who you trusted to get things done, but there was also a nice skill set that Avery Johnson brought in terms of pure electricity, running the football that Will Johnson did not have. And it was different gear added to this offense. I loved it. You saw it in the Pop Tarts Bowl. You got a full chance to see the Avery Johnson show. Pop Tarts Bowl MVP, by the way. He played in 8 games, 2 starts, right? 337 for 66, 497 yards, 5 touchdowns, zero interceptions for a true freshman. Uber impressive. 52 carries on the ground, another almost 300 yards, 7 touchdowns, including a 5 touchdown game earlier the year, I believe, against Texas Tech. I mean, yeah. First of all, downsides, you lose a ton on the O line, a
Yeah.
ton, namely
Four
Cooper
of your
Beebe.
five starters.
Yeah, you got to replace a lot there. But hey, his legs, his versatility, and a little bit of experience he got this past year is going to help that tremendously. And obviously, you mentioned Chris Kleiman knows what to do with these guys. We'll see what he looks like post Colin Klein. I would love to see him work a full college career with Colin Klein, obviously. But I love it. The flashes you saw, the running ability, the throwing ability. You're bringing in Dante Cephas, who I'm still gonna be high on. Still going to be a high after he failed me at Penn State. But yeah, I love it for them. In a new Big 12, right? I'm going to keep saying it. A new Big 12, Avery Johnson at Kansas State. We talked about best coaches in the Big 12. Chris Clemens right up there. Avery Johnson right up there at quarterbacks as well.
Yeah, I think I guess I don't know. It is definitely a prove a year for like they're gonna have to bring it this year, man. Like when you talk about like the value of that offensive line, like these last couple of years has been tremendous. And DJ Giddens, I mean, we saw it happen with Arkansas. You have an elite running back with Rocket Sanders. When your offensive line is that terrible, you you can't do anything. Like he did nothing. So he had to get out of there. I mean, unfortunately, he left to go to another terrible offensive line situation over at South Carolina. But that's a whole nother story, whole nother video that we could talk about that. But yeah, I mean, DJ Giddens is a stud, though. He is a stud. And the backroom field's opened up a little bit for him even more with Trishawn Ward transferring out of there. Um, so yeah, I mean, we'll see what like Joe Jackson and Devon Rice can do for those guys in the backfield there. But the offensive line is massive, dude. The offensive line is massive. But like you said, sometimes you can out athlete your way. Sometimes you can out athlete your way. Are you going to be able to do that in the Big 12 this year? I don't know. I don't know. There's still a lot of questions. We'll see. I'm excited to see like what the beat writers got going for us in the spring. I'll be reading a lot up on Kansas State and what they got to offer on the offensive line side of the ball and defense,
Yeah.
and especially in their secondary. But that's we're talking about Avery Johnson.
Yeah, to me, getting back to him, I was really impressed with how he was able to come in and play and impact as a true freshman, right? Everyone had Will Howard penciled in as a starter, returning guy who finally put it together a year ago, led them to a Big 12 championship, a Sugar Bowl appearance, right? You lost some starters on that team to the NFL, but hey, Avery Johnson comes in and he really pushed him for playing time. It was so good that you couldn't leave him off the field. He comes in from Wichita, Kansas, which, by the way, in state, you love that. Chris Clement locking down the borders. You saw him play well at the Elite 11 in his high school circuit, but I just could not be more impressed right away. The buzz around him is pretty high, and we'll see it when he really comes out and plays darn well and becomes one of the best, true sophomore quarterbacks that we have to offer, right? Like this 2023 class was super loaded at the top end, right? You had the 4 or 5 5 stars, guys you love. We've already talked about a couple of them: Jackson Howard, Nico, right? Guys like that. Jaden Rashada, right? Earlier today, but Avery Johnson, just another one of them in that 2023 class that is up next in college football.
Absolutely.